Hello student, this is your GSC class standard 4. We will continue our topic. Chapter 12, Air, Water and Weather. Last chapter we have discussed till here now. Now we will start from evaporation. When water is heated, it changes into vapor. In nature, water vapor is formed all the times. The water in the oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds changes into water vapor due to the heat from the sun. When water changes into water vapor, it is known as evaporation of water. Evaporation of water is that when water is heated and it changes into vapor, that water changes into vapor. And in nature, water vapor is formed all the time. All the time we will found water vapor. Factors affecting the rate of evaporation. Water evaporates faster where there is a strong wind. Water evaporates faster when temperature is high, and water evaporates faster when the surface of water exposed to sunlight is large. Water evaporates faster if the air is dry. Here is one activity you do at your home. Condensation. When air becomes cold, the water vapor in the air cools and changes back into water droplets. This is called condensation of water. Okay, when air becomes cold and the water vapor in the air cools and it changes back into water droplets. Water vapor changes into water. That is called condensation of water. Formation of clouds. Here is one picture you see. This is water. This is sun. Okay. Heat from the sun warms the earth. As a result, water from the seas, oceans, rivers, lakes and ponds changes into water vapor and mixes with air. The heat also warms the air. When the air warms up, it becomes lighter. You see, the water, this water heated from the sun, and this water changes in water vapors and it rises up and it formed a cloud. The warm, light air rises upwards and carries water vapor along with it. The higher the air goes, the cooler it becomes. After reaching a certain height, the water vapor present in the cold air changes into tiny water droplets. The water droplets are very light. They float in the air and forms clouds. Then rain. When clouds rise very high, the water droplets freeze and become ice crystals. When water changes into ice, it is called freezing of water. When water changes into ice, that is called freezing of water, freezing. A cloud is a collection of billions of tiny water droplets of ice crystals. And as the clouds rise higher, more and more vapor changes into water and collects on the tiny water droplets. This makes the water droplets heavy and they fall from the clouds as rain. Like that, rain is formed. Snow. In winter, certain places receive very little heat from the sun. So, these places become very cold. The clouds in such weather conditions are very cold and contain ice crystals along with water droplets. Ice crystals stick together to form snowflakes. Snowflakes are light and soft. This is different shapes of snowflakes. This is light and soft. When snowflakes fall towards the ground, they cause snowfall. And all snowflakes have 6 sides, but every snowflake has a unique shape. All snowflakes has 6 sides. Okay. But every snowflake has a unique shape. The formation of clouds and rain or snow is due to the process of evaporation and condensation. These events occur continuously in a cycle and form the water cycle. Here is water cycle. Dew and frost. In winter, nights are cold. In winter, the nights are cold. Okay. So, the water vapor in the air condenses into tiny drops of water. These drops of water are known as dew. The tiny drops of water is known as dew. You can often see dew on leaves, grass, and window panes on winter morning. And where you will find on leaves, grass, and window panes on winter morning. When it is very cold at night, dew drops freeze into tiny ice crystals. These crystals are called frost. Dew can form on anything near the land. Then fog. In winter, the air just above the land is cold. Then the water vapor in the air close to the ground condenses on dust particles or smoke to form clouds. This is known as fog. What is fog? Fog is that the water vapor in the air close to the ground condenses on dust particles or smoke to form clouds. That is known as fog. When it is foggy, it is difficult even to see things that are close by. See the picture? This is fog. Water. Water is an important natural resource. We need water for different purposes. However, the water that we get in nature is not always pure. impure water can be purified by various methods. Water is natural resources, and that natural resources, water, always we will not get pure. Sometimes the water also impure. So we will purify it by our various method. So let us discuss about some methods. Purification of water, filtration, sedimentation and decantation are some of the method of water purification. Filtration, then sedimentation and decantation. These three are some of the methods of water purification. First we will see filtration. See the picture. And this filtration is the process in which impure water is passed through a filter, such as a fine piece of cloth or a special paper called filter paper. This is filter paper and this is impure water. Through the paper, the water is filtering. In this side, impure water is there, and through the filter paper or filter, the water is filtering. This is called filtration. Sedimentation and decantation. Impurity waters also can be removed by the process of this sedimentation and decantation process. In this process, you see, water is allowed to stand for some times. We will take 2 glasses. In 1 glass, we will take impurity water. In this process, water is allowed to stand for some time. The solid impurity begin heavier settle at the bottom. This is called sedimentation, and the water is then slowly poured out into another vessel. This is called decantation. Means we will take 2 glasses and in 1 glass we will put impure water and we will keep it for some times. That is called sedimentation, and slowly we will pour in another vessel with pure water. This sedimentar bottom of the glass. This is called decantation process.